Stop us if you've heard this one before. President Obama sets his sight on a vital sector of the American economy and decides that evil corporate interests have too much power. Then his administration proposes a radical plan that will essentially nationalize this industry and centralize all decision-making in Washington. The public revolts, knowing that once they lose this freedom, they'll never get it back. But despite popular opinion and the opposition of another branch of government, the White House decides to ram the new plan through at all costs. We know what you're thinking. Healthcare. Nope, not it. Cap and trade. No, think again. This time, the Obama administration is targeting the Internet. And if the president gets his way, one of the last great bastions of freedom in the American economy is going to become a regulatory nightmare. The FCC, led by President Obama's old law school buddy, Julius Genachowski, is hell-bent on imposing what they call net neutrality. But while this policy's name may sound harmless, its reality couldn't be more dangerous. Net neutrality would see the federal government dictate to Internet service providers how they deliver web access to their customers. By removing the financial incentives that have led to the explosive growth of Internet technology in recent years, it would lead to a decline in infrastructure investment, meaning slower and more limited Internet access. And by giving the federal government regulatory control over the Internet, it would open the door to everything from Internet taxation to outright censorship. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit ruled unanimously last month that the FCC doesn't have the authority to exert such control over the web. And around the same time, polling revealed that Americans are opposed to net neutrality by margins of 2-1. But that wasn't enough to stop Obama and friends. Now the FCC has decided to resurrect their crusade for control of the Internet, and this time they're planning to do it by using laws that were drafted for landline telephones in the 1930s, previously rejected by the FCC as not applicable to the unique developing structure of the Internet. If we've learned anything from the Obama presidency so far, it's that this administration won't let anything stand in the way of its efforts to increase government control over our lives. If the American people allow this creeping statism to take over the Internet, we'll have permanently lost one of the greatest engines of human freedom ever built. So it's time to stop the push for net neutrality dead in its tracks. Freedom only survives when principled individuals are willing to stand up for it. So let your voice be heard loud and clear, both in your community and on Capitol Hill, before it's too late. Together, we can ensure that net neutrality receives the defeat it deserves. That's this week's Freedom Minute.